this statement with deep concern and strong sense of responsibility regarding the ongoing wave of school unrest across Bomet County and Kericho counties, or Kericho County, and actually across the country at large. Over the past several weeks, a worrying trend of indiscipline and violent protest have disrupted learning in several secondary schools in the county, including Koywa Boys, Kabungut Boys, Kamungei High, Jebone Girls, Boita Boys, Litain Boys, Kiptawit Secondary, and AIC Litain Girls. The list is endless. As you see, this keeps recurring. This disruption is not only undermining the education of thousands of our children, but also threatening the social stability and development of our region. Remember, education remains the most powerful tool for uplifting communities out of poverty, empowering individuals, and creating a secure future environment for our youth. Any assault to education means we are inviting poverty, we are inviting distractions, and we are inviting losses across the region. Now, I call upon the stakeholders in the education's environment to deeply look into this. What is the real cost? Because over the years, third term has been the year where we are seeing students doing the exams, and at the same time, these unrest are physically seen across the country. This means the role that the parents are playing in education should really be looked into. The role that the teachers are playing in the education should really be looked into. What are the ways that we are preventing this kind of distractions? I want to call upon the Ministry of Education and the county governments at large to look at the ways that these students can be engaged in a constructive manner that they don't end up causing this distraction. Look at this. If we say parents should not go to school during the third term, is that the main cause that it is causing this distraction? It looks like the third terms across or over the years is actually concentrated effort of stress, both from the parents, because the parents are actually required to complete the school fees payment at that time. At the same time, the children at that time, or the learners, are expected to sit for their exams. At the same time, the teachers are actually working so hard to ensure they complete their syllabus on time. So we need to look at the structuring and the planning so that not everything is concentrated on the third term. If there's an extended period, so that the third term becomes the very short time of the students being busy for 2 weeks or so before they sit for the exams. And in any case, this kind of exam-based, whereby you must pass this exam, is coming to pass, because we are now in the era of CBC, whereby you will be practicing what you have learned. So my call is this: we need to ensure the parents are involved in the running of this, or the curtailing of this problem. What it means is that I think the parents should be invited to talk to the children, so that the students will download the stress that they have. And then at the same time, even the teachers, they also need to engage the students in constructive discussion, maybe through the student bodies, so that they get to understand what the students actually want and they address before we end up in this destruction. At the same time, I call upon the community whereby children belong to the community. When you know this child has a problem, or the influx of drugs, for example, and you're just around there and you're silent, you should really take the initiative of talking to those children or informing the authorities, so that this kind of unrest is addressed. Look at what has happened. The thousands and millions of shillings that has gone into drain, and the parents are expected to pay for that. So are we solving the problem? No. So I think we look at the policy so that the parents actually get more involved during the exam preparation. If the parents are involved, the students actually will download the stress that they have, and everybody will be um, able to download, and actually the third term then becomes less stressful. Now, students also, it is important, and remember the corporal punishment is not there. I call upon the students not to ban the schools. You ban the school, you gain nothing. Actually, when you ban the school, you are punishing your parents, because your parents, they will have to pay for the repairs of those schools. Like I've seen what is trending, 137 million shillings in social media. No, 137,000 shillings in social media. How many cows are those to be sold so that we rebuild the schools? So I call upon the students not to ban the schools. It is okay to be aggrieved. It is okay to have a peaceful demonstration and say, yes, we don't want this, we want this, without causing destruction. I want to really express my gratitude to the head teachers who are able to detect, the principals who are able to detect that and release the students on time before the students went into rampage and caused destruction. For teachers, third term is very critical. It is very critical. Historically, it has been the time when the students are abandoning schools. You need to treat any slight misunderstanding with care. And you see, these kind of generations that we have are more than the way we used to see things all those olden days. It has changed completely. So their way they are expressing their anger should really be looked at and addressed, rapidly, and respond immediately, so that these kind of distractions are addressed. Now, what is my call? I'm calling upon the schools which are still running, because now it looks like this thing is spreading like wildfire. So that the schools calls the parents, create an environment where the parents and the children, pupils, students interact, so that the parents also, you go to the school and encourage your children not to ban the schools. You remind them why they are in school. You remind them that the exams is not the end of the road. I mean, you finish the exams today, in January you will be at home looking to go to the universities. So the parents actually should now take initiative and visit the students and talk to them. Also, the principals allow the parents to talk to children. It is better, it is okay to allow them. One day is better than losing all what we are losing now. And then again, we start doing the fundraising to rebuild the schools. So you see, that means we need the parents in school, and the teachers also. You also need the students to continue learning. So what do? Allow them to come to school. Let the students talk to their parents. Have parents meeting, especially this time, so that this kind of distraction is suppressed. That is my call. Otherwise, in January, we'll be busy paying for the school fees, at the same time doing fundraisings for rebuilding of the schools. We cannot continue doing that forever. And when we cannot stick to policies, the policy that is not working. Because if we are saying we don't want parents in school, we school then, and the school has been burned down. So we need to bring these parents here, let the parents talk to their children, let the community be involved. And again, the buildings around the schools must all the time be checked into, so that we don't, the issue, we cannot outlook the issue of drug peddling. So it means the buildings around the schools really must be scrutinized, so that the influx of drugs in schools is completely avoided. And with that, I think if we do that, we will minimize these kind of distractions. And then again, if the students are planning to go on rampage, the head teachers, principals, use intelligence, so that if you see there's any issue that might end up, don't undermine. This is mob psychology. They can easily leak the school out of very small thing, like being refused to watch a game, and they end up causing distractions that will cost us thousands of millions of shillings. So if you see that there are information that you get, because eventually you will get the intelligence, please release these students home mapema, then have them come back with their parents and address the discrepancies. So ngaleki kwa mwale